I didn't correct my husband when he blamed himself. My husband sat at the kitchen table with his head in his hands, sobbing. I'd never seen him cry like this in 8 years of marriage. His shoulders were shaking so hard the coffee in his mug was rippling. This is all my fault. He kept saying it over and over. If I hadn't insisted on that stupid dinner, none of this would have happened. I stood at the counter watching him fall apart. I didn't say a word, didn't comfort him, didn't tell him it wasn't his fault. Because it wasn't his fault, it was mine. 3 days ago, my husband planned a surprise anniversary dinner at my favorite restaurant. He'd been working extra shifts for months to afford it. He told me to get ready by 7 and that we were going somewhere special. But I had other plans that night, plans he didn't know about. I told him I felt sick, headache, nausea, the works. I said we should reschedule for the weekend instead. He looked disappointed but said okay. He'd just cancel the reservation. The second he left to run errands, I got dressed and drove to meet someone else. His name was Evan, a guy from my gym. We'd been texting for 2 months. Nothing physical had happened yet, but that night was supposed to change everything. I told myself it was just dinner, just conversation, just two people connecting. I was gone for 3 hours. When I got home, something was wrong. Police cars in the driveway, neighbors standing on their lawns, my husband on the front porch talking to officers. Someone had broken into our house while I was gone. They took everything, jewelry, electronics, the safe with our important documents. They even took the anniversary gift my husband had hidden in his closet, a diamond necklace he'd been paying off for 6 months. The police said the burglars had been watching our neighborhood. They waited for houses to go dark. They knew when people left. My husband was destroyed. He kept blaming himself for leaving me alone while I was sick. He said if he hadn't gone to return the restaurant deposit, he would have been home. He could have scared them off. He could have protected me. I let him believe that. For 3 days, I watched him spiral. He couldn't sleep. He kept checking the locks. He installed cameras and motion sensors. He started talking about getting a dog for protection, all because he thought he failed me. I could have told him the truth. I could have said I wasn't even home when it happened, that I was across town having wine with another man while our house was being ransacked. But then he'd know everything. The texts, the secret meetings, the lies. So I stayed quiet. On day 4, my husband's guilt turned into something worse. He started talking about selling the house, moving somewhere safer. He said he couldn't live with himself knowing I'd been home alone during a break-in. That's when his sister called. She'd seen something on our doorbell camera footage that the police had reviewed. She asked to come over, said it was important. My stomach dropped. She arrived 20 minutes later with her laptop, pulled up the footage from that night. The timestamp showed 7:47 p.m. There I was, walking out the front door, dressed up, getting in my car, driving away. The break-in happened at 8:15 p.m. I wasn't home. My husband stared at the screen, then at me. His crying stopped instantly. You weren't sick. His voice was hollow. Where did you go? I couldn't speak. My mouth opened, but nothing came out. His sister closed the laptop slowly. I'll give you two some privacy. She walked out. The front door clicked shut. My husband just kept staring at me with this expression I'd never seen before. Not anger. Something worse. Realization. You let me blame myself for 3 days. His voice cracked. You watched me fall apart thinking I abandoned you during a break-in, and you weren't even here. I tried to explain. Tried to say it was just dinner with a friend. That nothing happened. That I was going to tell him eventually. He pulled out his phone and opened my text messages. I'd forgotten he knew my password. He read them all. Every single one. Evan. The flirting. The plans. The things I said about my marriage. When he looked up, there were no more tears. I'm calling a lawyer in the morning. He said it so calmly it scared me. I begged him to listen. To let me explain. To give me another chance. He walked past me toward the bedroom. Stopped at the doorway. The necklace they stole? He said quietly. It was engraved. 8 years wasn't enough. Here's to 80 more. He closed the door. I slept on the couch that night, and every night since, the divorce papers arrived yesterday.